Hello, aloha. Welcome to our Global Bliss transmission mixed with our Ocean Gold Dolphin Dip family trip soul ship. So you may have learned from our last month that we're shifting things up and not doing the 9 a.m. first of the month Global Bliss transmission because we're going more liquid-like. We're going a little bit less rigid with our time frame and a little bit more flexible, organic, a little more raw with how we're presenting our information and our message to you. And we also enjoy the fact that it's in video format, so you can replay and receive the transmission as oftentimes as you like. We always want to say, I'm not a doctor, the Bliss family and the Illumina essence. We are not medical professionals. We do not treat, diagnose, or cure anything. However, we are in the field with you, and we want you to be healthy, strong, happy, wealthy, and we want everyone to be that way. So we reflect that to you and you reflect it back to us. We want to assist people to release any stored trauma, any ink or tentacles from the past, and to share with you the love from the whale and dolphin families of light, their altruistic attention on our happiness, our joy, our upliftment, and our ability to access our ancient keys to creation, our ancient records and memories that say, well, we are this music, we are this musical instrument, we are connected with the ocean of devotion, we are one with water, we are moving into singularity, S-I-N-G, singularity. And it's really just that amazing time here going into the month of love, February 2023, of getting in alignment with our very own instrument and being that instrument for source, for creation. So we're singing, we're delivering, we're releasing, we're expressing our soul self, our true nature. And leading up to this video and preparing for the topic of this video is and has to do with Sedna, this incredible sea goddess that is coming to us. So about 4 or 5 days ago, I had a very vivid flash impression. That's what I call when I get this boom image through the water, and it seems like a dream. My dreams either happen left hemisphere, middle, center brain, or right hemisphere. So wherever they are positioned, I remember and then I interpret from there. So this one was center brain, which means it was definitely an X-ray of an energy that is coming soon, and it looked like a sea monster. So this beautiful, incredible being, creature, was coming up out of the ocean, and I wasn't afraid, but it was coming up so strong and massive and about to just boom onto this beach like a tidal wave is coming, and or a sea being is coming. And so I had to digest that, sit with that for a bit, and I realized, wow, there's so much going on in the underworld under our ocean that the whales and dolphins have been really singing to keep helping humanity assist in raising our frequency and vibration and keeping connection to the original ways, to the origins of earth and her heartbeat and all things that are good and natural and life affirming. Underneath that has been some other mysterious activity. And I felt like this being was saying, we're coming up. This is coming up. The whatever under the world underground activity that wants to come up can be monster-like, and it wants to be transmuted, right? Any trauma, because if we think of everything in our body as a sigil or a cymatic that's holding information, it's holding vibration. And if we have had trauma from our past and it hasn't been resolved, we want to look at, well, how can I express that out? How can I release that? So we will always want to do it with by other vibration, a vibration that meets the shadow or the density or the trauma. So I was meditating, okay, the message that wants to come through this month is trauma release. And then couple of days later, I get a message that the sea goddess of all sea goddesses is arriving here. Sedna is arriving here on planet Earth at this very time. I didn't know that until after I had the flash. And then I saw Molly McCord, amazing astrologer, speak about the planets aligning, the dwarf planet that represents Sedna, who is the goddess of the sea, the protector of all sea beings, all whales and dolphins, fish and algae and coral and like octopus and shark and every beautiful creature in the ocean. Sedna protects and provides for. And she's also a very slow moving planet. She takes 11,000 years to circle around the sun. So for her to be arriving right now means she's been circling a very long time. And as she is making her appearance and her arrival, in order to bring her message to protect our oceans, because we need the ocean to be healthy, to be free of chemicals, free of oil slicks, free of trauma, whatever's been going on in there. And you may know some of what I may know about what's going on in there is time. We must protect the ocean. We must protect the seas. So the perfect timing of Sedna arriving and the fact that she is going to be here with us for approximately 50 years, helping with the cleanup. What's even more amazing is that Sedna had experienced betrayal from her father, and she was put into an arranged marriage with a man that also betrayed her. And so the way Molly describes it is that what was happening is, as Sedna arrives, we're going to go into more liquefaction. Of course, we know the resonance of Earth is changing, so our DNA is going to be changing. What does that mean? Is we're going to be more transparent, more and then more vulnerable. So vulnerable with what we've been holding on to, because we are bodies of water and we live in water. We are in water vapor. We are surrounded by the ocean of devotion. We cannot get away from the music of the whales and dolphins. Not that we'd want to, but I mean, we don't have to be in ocean water to experience their music. It's everywhere. And it comes through sigils, cymatics, mandalas, sacred shapes, sacred math. But from betrayal, or the memory of betrayal, which may be in also men and women here listening to this video, in the cellular memory, things we could not control in our childhood, which may have went on to try and control in our adulthood. And that control mechanism is going to crumble because Sedna is coming in to help us. Now, it's not to blame or point fingers or say just because Sedna was a woman, she was then betrayed by a man, because it can flip. Women can betray men as well. And for this, I just bow to anyone who's willing to get that vulnerable and that transparent, and to myself, who's wanting to be that much more vulnerable and transparent and go deeper into innocence, deeper into childhood, more like purity, more just free to express in a way that releases those old vibrations, and not feel ashamed or in that guilt or fear or complex ego or lower brain habit of, well, I'm a grown up now and I'm an adult now, I can't vocalize, I can't sing it out, I can't release trauma, it's too late for me. But no, this is your time. This is it. This is when we want to do it, especially with the help of Sedna, because being the goddess of the sea and being the goddess of all those minerals and all the minerals in the human body, and all the fact that we are all water, we are moving into singularity. We're moving into alignment as in oneness with creator, oneness with source. So if you think of singularity, think of the root word sing, S-I-N-G. So we are going to be singing more brightly as we let go of any betrayal, as we let go of any memory in our DNA that have held us back from a higher love, from a true higher love. And here we are going into the month of love. Well, every month is a month of love from a mermaid's perspective. However, February 14th is a magical day. And so we want to focus on trauma release. What I felt was, initially, when I saw that vision of that sea monster coming up from deep, deep under earth, underworld, underground cities, underground things, activities, stirring that may need some sunlight shined on it, right? So we also are part with we want to call in more the great, great central sun diamond, the father of light and all mother of light, all the light of devotion to the divine coming through, as well as the Lyran High Council of Angels, who are here as cousins to the Lemurians, cousins to the Pleiadians, here to support humanity at this time for our upliftment, and that you may feel the blessings, the abundance, the richness, that you may feel the peace and the support and the commitment and devotion to your advancing, accelerating, and optimizing as a cosmic being, as a sacred being, that you are not alone, and for all of your guides and angels that you have worked with, called upon, for the God of your understanding, no matter what belief you have, wherever you are around this world, that you feel supported, not only by your faith, by your belief, by nature itself, because nature is singing for us always. Nature is always wanting to create with us. And here we say a big thank you to, wow, I'm open and willing to receive more good, but at the same time, understand and recognize that to receive more, we have to let go of some things, let go of some of the baggage. So we can think of trauma as, well, I'm going to give a little insight to the book that's coming out soon, that we're launching, the Bliss family and I, is Obo. Obo is the name we have given the dark, shadowy, under realm and integrated parts of ourselves that we liken to an octopus, but a black octopus releasing black ink, an octopus that has also been traumatized, dun, 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 who had its hearts broken. An octopus has 9 brains, 3 hearts, 1 eye, and a big sharp tooth. So think of an octopus that has been traumatized, and its poor thing is just not happy. And so this is Obo, and in that unhappiness can release that ink or clomb onto things like tentacles. So we want, think about trauma as unreleased tentacles to the body, to your instrument, to your sound system, this soul, this like this in this biology that's wanting to express itself and yet stuck. There's something repeating, or there's habits or addictions that are still stuck. There's illusion, there's fantasy. What is real, what isn't real? But when we release the shadow, the tentacles, the mask of who we thought we were, which we call the imposter self, or now in the book we're calling a pirate who's walking the plank constantly, like I used to do with my unresolved PTSD and trauma. As I was like a pirate. I'm walking the plank into like a sea of sharks, and it's because of the misdirected lower and limbic primal brain, the emotional processing system. There's been barnacles blocking us going to the higher neocortex for higher intelligence and connection to source. So much there, and that's all coming out in this book. But my point being, what has been hooking onto you, what repetitive emotion or repetitive thought or repetitive trauma do you keep bonking your head? Do you keep having injuries? Do you keep dropping glass and shattering glass over and breaking it like I used to do? That means there's a paradigm that's trying to shift, may not fully completely be shifting, but it's trying. And sometimes the glass shatters just to shake things up and try and affect the crystalline nature of your brain, skull, blood, bones, your biology in general. So there's lots there. There's the repetition of fear or panic. And so think about it for you. And then I want you to think also, as I'm about to do this Illumina Essence Radiance transmission. So we have the Bliss family, and the Bliss family is the whale and dolphin families of light. It is the great central sun diamond with all the other great central sun, beautiful radiance. It is the Lyran High Council of Angels, all united as a whole with all of their powerful, beautiful, conductive energy channeled like a scalar beam. And so we have named the scalar beam Illumina, and she's a gorgeous, wild, primal, panther-looking cosmic cat. And she's sensual, acoustic, and so the Illumina essence comes through my radiance transmissions. That means that the Bliss family's all there, and they through their united scalar energy have become Illumina, the Illumina essence. So I've gotten way more clear on this to share with you. What I want to say is when I'm doing this transmission, and a little bit goes a long way, so just a little taster, a little dose for you to have some sort of support to go into a regenesis, a retracing, and even a reversal. That means actually the flipping of cells, the flipping of photons, like flipping of what makes you tick in a way that it actually, anything that was dissociated reassociates. So, because really, we need to hook in on all levels to the original battery pack of source so that you can get enough voltage to make your transformation. But as we're diving in here and we're thinking about all the ways that we've been hurt, or there's been betrayal, or there's been difficulty, and there's been a lot of pain, it's the same for animals. So I have a huge passion to protect all sentient beings and to serve all sentient beings who have experienced horrible trauma, who haven't been able to protect themselves or prevent it. And so the sea monster that came up feels like it's the collective energy of trauma to animals as well as humans. And in a way, we are animals anyways, right? So this is a collective and if you have pets at home, or you have rescued animals and you've been to shelters or used to eat meat and you become a vegetarian or a vegan for your reasons, or you're thinking about doing it, excuse me, or you want to just be more compassionate with your choice of how you consume or what you consume as far as an animal goes, and that you're actually at that consciousness where you realize perhaps and maybe nature built it in us and animals to have telepathic communication. How about this? That the human invites the animal when the animal's at its stage in life where it's ready to let its body go, telepathically will hear the human's request or prayer, and the animal will lay down in peace and give its body that way, as opposed to having its body taken by force and by trauma, by fear. Feel that? So as we're doing this attunement, this transmission, think of what you're letting go of, what's leaving your animal body. Pick one thing if that helps you. And because there's layers to this. And also think of an animal if you like, or not. For me, I'm always thinking of the ocean and the whales and dolphins, especially. I'm thinking about their beauty and what they're here to bring humanity, and how I would envision humanity treating them with respect, on, and honor, just as I would hope that Sedna's father and Sedna's husband would treat her with respect and honor as the goddess of the sea, one who protects and loves all of life, one who wants to give the most and highest divine mother love for the protection of future generations, protection of life here on planet Earth. And no, we're definitely not the only planet. There's so many other planets that are thriving way, way more than what we have so far reached at this stage. So think about the animal world, wherever you are, that you help release with me the density. So think again of unresolved trauma as a shadow frequency or a mask frequency. Shadow could be like black ink, poison even, and it is poison to our biology, or the mask, which could be the false self, the imposter self, the broken brain, the broken body, the one stuck on repeat, which we could call a pirate who's pirating from your energy and other people's energy. It's also constantly walking the plank. And I'm only speaking from experience because I did it for a long time. And it's horrible. We don't, there's a whole other way to experience life. And it's one in pleasure and contentment and rooted in the fertile earth, the diamond core radiance. It's rooted in the electrical conductivity of our biology, the way that nature intended for us to evolve, to regenerate, to be in regenesis, to move through and have our tipping points out of our retracing reversals, to rise into higher brain consciousness and connect with the higher music, the highest octave, and the greatest water, the musical mothership, the ocean of devotion, the heavenly one. And we praise and we praise, we thank. So, all right, be in your comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. I want you to think about drinking in sky gold. So all of the adamantine particles that are everywhere floating around us, millions, trillions, countless, as well as stardust. So your celestial stardust, as well as the colloids of light and life that come direct from our sun for Earth, the second sun for Earth, and all other great, great, great central suns, the colloids of light and life that make every atom become an atom or vice versa. Okay. And so breathe that in, drink that into every cell in your body, connect your feet into the diamond core of Mother Earth, and just recognize that your spine is your central channel. It is a canal that carries sacred liquid, sacred water, and your sacred rainbow. Yes, the canal is your rainbow bridge through all the sacred sites, all 33 vertebrae, coming up through to your conch, your medulla oblongata, mouth of God, the space of you that sings out. So breathe in the luminous light, drink it in, saturate all of your cells, center yourself, and keep your breath going. And if you like, you can sound along with me or just receive and then replay this and then sound along if you watch it again, or not, because the soul language, the multidimensional language coming from the Lyran High Council of Angels and every other part of the Bliss family through as Illumina essence is unique to me and my vocal expression. You have your own unique way, your own guides and angels, and your own way of expressing your soul language. You have it in you. Some of you have already releasing yours. So you don't want to copy mine, but you can converse with mine, converse with me, speak back to me. I would love that. Kuanyara mikio kutoe shansikioro wa am wat itiaro kutha mat yemat kutomashan iwa watan miwa ukiro kujam sitiro koto trauma release maan roku a from the root tunkim yat rokut a the grief from the heart diamond heart please u anyaraka mut ut atikio Poema, ujo utu, underworld, pahunyarakia, mit it ush ut an, mikiro kotoruan, ewe kioko, hediet yarakatan, musho it, was mit ut anna, hunam yatiro, unbearable pain from the heart, please. Wujata, mamutu tiwa kuto, he wit, he nyara, muokia, Uja oshono, hey, yokutu o amoko, eto, hey, oko, e moto, He Kyoko toe mo e kunanyara Kyoko rototo e tam kyo. He ushasat mikoto Maria Korea kuno nanoro kue koya. He miara kutsu herata no titia kutau kujanurenya. Ut akimia, layers upon layers upon layers, release from the brain now, layers upon layers upon layers, release from the cellular memory now. Please, Father, Mother, God, creator of all it is, Mother, Father, God, creator of all it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Full counsel and release on the levels and change on the history level. Any belief that any sentient being has ever had that they need to suffer based on the sigil, cymatics, and mandalas in the field. Father, Mother, God, Mother, Father, God, please recycle, please consume back to the womb of creation, lift up from the root, tailbone, lift up from the spine, central channel, take it up from the head, neck, and shoulders, please, from the heart itself, a little bit of theta healing here, release from the heart, please, release from the back and crown, lift up from the prefrontal, take it up and out of their brain, please, release any attachments from the zeal point, ultra major chakra here, please. Any tentacles here, please release. Thank you, thank you. Kim it out doshon ewa out kin yaramat kiwa wa au kutiti ojo akunya etotaria kujo oshon samtitia rokuto to im ato hiwa wa hana an ma you mo kinda to mo mokia koto tanyaro kue. Protect, serve, protect and serve, protect and serve. We are way. Whoa. Hey, whoa, bam, oh, hey, what a tata, yamano, no, hey, yo. Ooh. Yeah, blue whales, yes. Oh, yes, mothers of the sea, yes, humpbacks, yes, gray whales, yes, orcas, swimming all around us now, swimming and lifting and elevating us. Free up your spine, drink in the sky gold, take in your adamantine particles, your colloids of light and life, all of the stardust, please take it in, fill those cells, fill the piezoelectricity, fill the stem cells, the neurotransmitters, fill the regrowth of new neural pathways, please. Father, Mother, God, Mother, Father, God, please give it to them now. Give it to them now. Thank you, Bliss family. Fill those spaces with light and sound, pure music, God's music, source music. Give that to them now, please. Lift up. And as you are lightening, we see and feel a little bit more at the lower back here. Okay, think of filling the space with sunlight, please. Fill the spaces that are emptied with sunlight. Is it possible to have a few minutes of an alternating current, my voice, let's say, with the Bliss family and the Illuminate essence, an alternating current meeting a light current of delta? Is it possible that in a few minutes we can collapse that? It is. The concept in music, concept in science, the homeo nature, homogenizing, meeting meeting the like meets like, change then can happen, and there's a rising and up leveling. Two octaves come together, make an overtone. We're overtoning, we're sigilizing, we're going from pasteurizing pasteurization to back to organics, back to your intelligence of light and sound, moving with the intelligence of higher order. Because when we let go of trauma release, we make room to be instructed, to be conducted by the Great One. To be conducted by the Great One is to be healthy, to be focused, to be clear on choices, to work with your willpower and source will, God's will. It's not a polarization in free will anymore. Okay, so come home, line up. So if you like, now picture a golden infinity 8 from your pineal, pituitary, third ventricle, the diamond of your brain, the motherboard of your gamma brainwave, loop it down through your heart, a golden, beautiful golden musical thread, and then down, loop it around back through the diamond root, and then back up. So we're going to loop golden infinity 8 both ways. Do 8 one way, 8 the other way, please. Golden 8 one way, golden 8 the other way, please. Reintegrate. And same. So left and right hemispheres, I want you to see a golden infinity 8 go between left and right, going between and through your portal to light, your pineal, okay? And go 8 one way, 8 the other way. You count it out, 8 1, 8, and just keep going there, looping in your brain. Yeah. Quet imiaro kutushum satyaraka witna muut hiwa kashan sut ue maham okua anyatya kut an mushoshon sakiwa. Open those ears, receive more goodness in the ears, please. Tickle those afferent fibers. Let's tickle the waters of your inner ears, the shell of your inner ear, so that you get more of a acoustic, an audible acoustic coming from the inaudible realm, the magic out here. Let it go into your ears. So if you need to, please yawn like a cat, like your Illumina, your wild panther. You just release the jaw muscles and you open those ears, and those ears receive, and then you can hear more of the universal music. Let it guide you, free you, lift you. So, hey, it feels lighter now in that spine. Recall that the Illumina essence through the Brain Bliss technology can be inaudible. I don't have to make sound and do a bunch of light language to get the energy across. Why do we do this? Is because sometimes the primal and limbic brain and the ego is so stuck in its way that sound, directed sound, cymatics creates sigilization, and it actually is a biological decoding mechanism to stop a process in its track if it's destructive, and help it have its flip or its reversal. Does it work every time? It's different for everyone. It's always different. So tune in for you, what's right for you, what feels good for you. And from the bottom of our hearts, serving in great, like, just with the ocean of devotion and the sea of tranquility and the musical mothership, that you feel some release here today, some relief here, that it supports you moving into this month of love, that you feel more self-care, time for self-nurturing, self-love, and then that as you do that, it starts to reflect back to you. Sedna, the goddess of the sea, is here for you. She's here full on strong for the next 50 years. Yes. So we're going to get healthier oceans. We're going to get healthier earth. And it's through the technology of you, actually, the musical instrument of you coming in alignment, meaning letting go of the ink, letting go of oboe. And then oboe, beautiful oboe, flips as well, because oboe releases his or her trauma and flips into this beautiful 8-legged rainbow. eight-legged rainbow. Oh yeah, with so smart, so intelligent and creative and helpful and supportive, and one with the technology that's already here, just waiting to come forward, that will completely make Earth back to her Garden of Eden, back to friendliness. Oh yes, so Obo becomes our best friend. Just bringing it on, back into paradise, back into our true divine nature of compassion, innocence, integrity, honesty, transparency, vulnerability, and real like care for the well-being of one another. So on that note, we're going to sign off. But before we do, want to say that whoop, 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 coming soon down the pipe, the medical musician. 25 years of my work finally coming out in a book that I hope you'll read. Maybe you'll get a copy. It is coming down the pipe soon with a lot of good messages and some good science. So there will be also some fun interviews I've got lined up coming up with the Carrie Murphy show, and also with Lauren Gailey of Acoustic Health, and Anne of Whale and Dolphin Wisdom. Thank you to all of you, and also Portal to Ascension coming up. So I'm excited. Please email, write to me your experience, how you are, what you're noticing in your musical body, your musical temple. Are you opening up more to source? And just, wish you an amazing day, amazing week, amazing month ahead. May you wholly feel nourished always. May you feel blessed always. May you feel the bliss and your abundance that is all around you. You feel comfortable and cozy, and that you know that the universe is so abundant and always providing, and there is no lack or limitation. In fact, there's way more than we could even realize possible. It's a matter of how vast is your imagination, how big are you dreaming, and what are you magnetizing, what are you attracting, what are you calling in. All right, so again, aloha, peace, releasing, and saying yes to your heavenly music, yes to all the bliss of your birthright, the bliss of your birthright. Peace and love and heaven on earth.